This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man. Let me tell you, my guy. I'm all right. You know what I mean? I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? The holidays was good. You know what I'm saying? All this type shit. Man, let me tell you what happened. So you remember how I told you how FedEx is. Like now all of a sudden we ship out all the furniture in the world. You know what I mean? Roll up to these apartment complexes. The last delivery in this one apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? I roll around. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, boy. I was like, this is where the entertainment stand go. Mm-hmm. So I could tell by the way, because the way these apartments work, odd numbers on the bottom, even numbers on top. So I saw it was 210s. I was like, dang, so I know I got to take this to the second floor. All right. So I go to grab the entertainment stand. And I go to like try to pull it. That motherfucker slipped out my hand. When I tell you it fell right on my right big toe.
Oh my God.
Man, when I tell you, I dropped to my knees. Like it was thriving so much. And now this happened at like 10:45. I still got a whole work day to go.
Right.
So I done sit there, dude. I dropped my scanner. I dropped to my knees and I just sat there for a second because I was in shock. I couldn't move. So then once it finally stopped thriving for a second, you know what I'm saying? I pulled it out the truck. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the hand trucks, walking. And see, I hate these apartments because it's kind of like the low numbers are in the front and the high numbers are in the back. So I had to walk all the way around the building with a limp. You know what I'm saying? Then grab it and tote it up these damn steps and put it up there. So, all right. So then I get home. So I ain't seen it. I ain't even look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of stops. I didn't have time to sit there and, you know what I'm saying, take my shoes off, take my socks off to see what's going on with my foot. I get home and I was like, I'm gonna soak my foot in some Epsom salt. Man, let me tell you, but there was so much blood up under my nail, man. Like man, I'm telling you, but it's like I'm still, you know what I'm saying, like getting, because it'll like bleed, and then like I like soak it, and then it'll like kind of clean itself out, but then I started bleeding again. But man, I'm telling you, but. And then, like I said, I had to finish that work day. Then I had to go in Saturday. So I just been working on a banged up toe, man. And it's been, yeah, it's been one of those weekends, man. It's been one of those weekends. But other than the toe being jacked up, man, I'm all right, man. How you feeling?
Man, I have no complaints, bro. I have no complaints. Happy belated Thanksgiving to you and everybody else out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Holidays was cool. Well, I take that back. I got one complaint. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that knows me know that, you know, had a horrible, horrible Saturday. Ohio State lost to that bum school somewhere in the northern area of America. And yeah, I got to deal with that for another fucking year. But outside of that, everything else is going pretty good, man. Yeah, that shit ruined my whole Saturday, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was punching the air getting junior boys. Oh man, I turned in the tray from Boys in the Hood, man. I was like, I can't believe this bullshit just happened to me, bro. Damn. But yeah, outside of that, man, everything was pretty good. I had my boys, you know what I'm saying, pretty much the whole weekend, including, well, I had them before Thanksgiving, so you know what I'm saying, I was kicking it with them, and you know, they were showing me all the video games, and they heard us recording about Five Nights at Freddy's, so they decided to give me a tutorial about the Five Nights at Freddy's game and all the lore and stuff behind that. So now I know a lot about Five Nights at Freddy's that I probably won't use. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciated the time to kick it with them and chill with them. So that was fun. But yeah, man, outside of that, that's pretty much about it, man.
That's what's up, man. I ain't mad at that.
For sure, man. So real quick before we move on and get into what we watching, um what was your favorite dish this Thanksgiving?
The favorite dish? Just one dish?
Yeah, like the one thing that you know what I'm saying that was made and you was like, man, whatever happens, I got to get that.
Man, come on, man. That dressing with that gravy on it. You know what I'm saying? What you talk
Man,
about, buddy? Man, get that gravy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
All up in man. What? Come
yeah,
on,
I'm with
man.
you. I'm with
That's
you.
the one. Like, but see, the thing is, it's like, cause I kind of mix mine in with the rice, so it's kind of, you know what I mean. I kind of consider that like,
Hold on,
you
you
know what I
talking about
mean?
something now? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Like,
Do
you
what now?
know what I'm saying? The dressing and the gravy and the rice, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's a fork full right there. Just you know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Dig it
I'm
up
not
in there,
mad at it.
like
I'm not mad at it. I'm actually willing to go try this because this
yo,
sounds this sounds very tempting.
oh, this is yo, man. What? And then I had the I had Thanksgiving twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Had that to
yeah,
go plate. So as soon
yep.
as I got off from work Saturday, you know what I'm saying, had to bust that down real quick. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
got to.
But yeah,
Me
that's
too.
the
Yeah.
one thing I look forward to the most. You know what I'm saying? Is
Mm-hmm.
that dressing and that rice. Well, the dressing and the rice really, and the gravy, man. That's just like
Damn,
you know
that
what I'm
sounds
saying.
good. Man.
Oh yeah. That's the
That
one.
sounds real good.
That's the one right
So
there. What's
for
that one
me,
for you?
for me, okay. Um, there's this there's this thing that we do where we go to honey baked ham
Okay.
and we don't get no ham. Okay, we get the honey baked turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. This year is the first year I decided to practice self control and you know what I'm saying, not try to eat the whole thing of turkey because honey baked ham's turkey is the most fire turkey. It's juicy. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. You know what I'm saying? They got the same glaze as the honey baked ham. You know what I'm saying? But a little better taste. You know what I'm saying? That ham
Hmm.
taste kind of overpower the honey baked ham, the glaze and everything. With the turkey though, it's just right. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. So yeah, man, we got that honey baked turkey this year. So I did my best not to you know, not to take too much and make sure everybody else got theirs, but I definitely got my feel of it. But that's my favorite part of it, man. That honey baked turkey,
Okay.
oh, it's delicious. Um it ain't nothing like it. I can't lie to you, man. So did you have any good desserts?
Matter of fact, I didn't.
No?
I never. Look, that's the, now we had we had a red velvet cake, a chocolate cake,
Mhm.
and a honey bun cake,
Okay.
and
A
I didn't
honey
eat any
bun
of
cake?
it. Yeah, and
What
I
is
ain't touched none
wait,
of
wait,
it.
wait, like a cake, but it's like it's a honey bun?
Well, I think I guess it tastes like honey bun. I guess they put the
That
ingredients in
sounds
it to,
yeah, that sounds fire.
but I didn't try any of it, man. I'm not a huge sweets person, to be
I'm
honest
not
with
either. Yeah, I'm not either. But I will say this though. So they made sweet potato crunch cake. I think they made two of them. They made a chocolate cake, peach cobbler, and then my sister and my kids made monkey bread. Have you ever had monkey bread?
you. Yes, I have.
Oh man, let me tell you something, bro. I used to eat monkey bread when I was a kid. My aunt used to make it all the time. That used to be like the highlight of going to any of her functions was the monkey bread. Like that was the last thing that had to be pulled out because like people used to fight over it. That's how good it was.
Hmm.
And so my sister and my sons, you know what I'm saying, had made some. And man, it was like old times. You know what I'm saying? I felt 11 all over again. You know what I mean? It was delicious. So I actually indulged in some sweets this time, man. I usually don't eat cake and all that. Like for my birthday, I don't even eat cake and stuff like that. But monkey bread, you got me. That's that's
Okay.
that's my downfall. I'm
I'm
out of there.
okay. I'm gonna tell you what I want to try, man. And they talk about this every year on Ebro in the morning.
Hmm.
Now they say it's a little pricey, but and I was telling my mom about it. I was like, we could try it maybe next year.
Yeah.
And they were surprised. So I was like, I was like, Mom, we need to hit up Popeyes, get a turkey from Popeyes. She was like, they
Yo,
got,
that actually might be good.
she said, how do it come? I said, well, they do it both ways. I said, you can buy it cooked or you can buy
Mhm.
it seasoned, and you know what I'm saying. And you
Yeah.
do you do the cooking yourself.
Okay.
And so I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. That's something that I want to try, but I heard it's like 70, $80 or whatever. So
It's
I'm
not,
gonna
that,
have to look into that.
that's not that bad actually though.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a little something that I wanna try. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
See
I'm with
how we
you
can
on
work
that.
that out.
I might have to check that out myself, man. That's a nice little idea. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, man. Popeyes is good.
Yeah, Popeyes
So
is yeah. Popeyes is
yeah,
that joint.
that might be a move. I just hate their commercials, but yeah, that'd be a move. Um, so man, let's get into it, man. This is our favorite segment of the show. This is where we give you, you know what I'm saying, extra things to go check out outside of, you know what I'm saying, the movie or TV show that we covering in the episode, man. This is like the trailer version of our podcast, man. It's called We'll Be Watching. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What we watching?
What we watching?
All right, man. So what you got for us this week?
So I got two this week, man. So I got one. I finally got a chance to watch it. They put it on Netflix maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it is the second installment of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, that was dope.
yeah, man. So it was really good. I like the first one a little bit better.
Hmm.
But they did throw some, what I'm saying, some different. It's just the fact of like, look, we talked about this. I'm not gonna go long on it, but it just seems like everything is verse now or past and future. Like it's like the
Hmm.
MCU is just really big into that now. So it's just like it's getting to a point where it is kind of, what I mean, dragging out a little bit. Like I'm getting too much of, what I'm saying, past and present and future. Well, not present, but
Absolutely.
past and future. You know what I mean? So it is starting to be a little bit much, but I think they do a great job with these movies, man. Like I really
Yeah.
do. I don't watch a lot of animation or cartoon or however you put it, but these two movies, man, like they put these two together and they done a phenomenal job with it. I like how
Mhm.
they do it. It's just too much seriousness, just too much humor. Like they mix all of that stuff in really well. I think they do really good with the script. So I'm really feeling it, man. I like how they brought the uncle back because he ended up
Yeah.
going into the wrong universe or whatever, whatnot. But I do
Mhm.
think that that whole thing of just you know not doing the whole thing of like they was trying to explain the Miles that you became Spider-Man basically in such a in Parker and Ben, not Ben, but yeah, Ben had to die so he'd have become Spider-Man and all this type of shit. They were just saying how we all tied in together, and he was just like, "Yo,
Right.
fuck that. I'm making my own story. I'm not letting my pops die." So
True.
so I think they did really good with that movie. So the next one I got, it's a little bit older movie. It came out in 2019, but it's on Peacock right now. I don't know what it originated on, but it's a movie called Don't Let Go. And it got to do, I can't never pronounce his name. I think his first name is David, but the dude that played the sheriff in Silo, um, the black guy.
Oh, yeah. He plays the Bass Reeves. No, that's not him, is it?
Yes,
That
not
is him.
yes. That new
Is it
joint.
ain't
That's
it like at a or something like that?
hell. You can say it better than I can. But
I know who you talking about though.
yeah, he's in it. Storm Reed is in it. So basically, he's a cop, and his brother is actually Brian Tyree Henry. And
Okay.
so what ended up happening was he dies, his girlfriend or wife dies, and his niece, which is Storm, dies. But this is the crazy part. He's 2 weeks in the future, and he's talking to his niece 2 weeks prior, and he's telling her like, "Yo, like these men are gonna come to the house and kill you and your mom and your dad." And
Mhm.
so he's trying to prevent like this happening. So like he's like there was one scene that was dope. So like they was at the diner at the same time, but they don't see each other because they 2 weeks apart. So he's like, "Yo, I want to try something." He was like, "Yo, you see that gum that's sitting there on the counter? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Grab a couple of pieces, get all different colors, and sit at this table." So she sits at the table. He was like, "Yo, put the gum in your mouth, chew it up, put it on the table." Leans over, boom, he gets the gum. And so then that's when he kind of realizes, like, okay, so we can kind of communicate, or well, they're communicating because they're talking to each other on the phone, but he's starting to realize, well, I'm 2 weeks ahead of you, and so he's trying to tie stuff together. So she still didn't believe it at this time. So she got another piece of gum and she wrote something on a piece of paper, put it on the table, told him to go under there. Then boom, he got it and described to her. It was a piece of paper with such and such on it. And
Mhm.
so he's trying to talk her through saving her because like he was like bummed when he saw like all three of them dead. So now he's trying to save her from the future. So I thought that was a really dope concept, man. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this now. And we spoke a little bit about her before. If everything go according to plan, Storm Reed is gonna be she's next. I
Yeah.
think that
She
girl,
could be on the Zendaya path for real.
man, that girl is so good, man. That girl is
Mhm.
a great actress, man. I think she's gonna be one of those actresses that we like, yo, that girl is gonna form into a legend because for her to be doing this shit the way she's doing it right now,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, she gonna be something special.
I
So
agree.
I,
And she did a
yeah,
hell of a job in Last of Us too. For like that little time that she was in there, she
yeah.
did a great job.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, she's next up. She's definitely next up. So I got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on Netflix and Don't Let Go, which is on Peacock right
Nice. So for me, I have two of them as well. The first one is a comedy on HBO Max. It's starring Danny McBride. I don't know if Danny McBride had a small contract with HBO at the time, or like they was just like super into what he was doing, but he has like a myriad of content on or on Max. So this one is called the Fist Footway or the Foot Fistway, one of those two. And basically he is like this small town taekwondo instructor.
now.
And basically, you know what I'm saying, like he runs this taekwondo dojo, and um he married, you know what I'm saying, like, and he just living a normal life, but it's this guy named the Truck that's like a excuse me, he like a movie star and all this other stuff, and he looks up to him. So like he got a poster of the dude's movie poster or whatever in his dojo and stuff. And so one of the little boys was talking to him, and he was like, "Who do you think will win the fight, Bruce Lee or the Truck?" And he was like, "Oh, that's easy." He was like, "I don't even know why you would ask me a question like that." He was like, "It's the Truck." He was like, "No one is as awesome as the Truck is." He was like, "Plus Bruce Lee's dead, so he wouldn't even be able to fight him anyway." So it's
Oh my god.
So you know what I'm saying? It's one of them, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Super Bad and Pineapple Express type movies. It's like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's about this Taekwondo instructor. It's hilarious. He finally get to meet the truck dude, and then the truck dude sleep with his wife. They end up getting into a fight in the backyard. Like it's just hilarious. Great movie, comedy all throughout. And then the cast, it ain't like a real big cast, so you know what I'm saying, like it allows for the comedy to actually be there. And then second, man, this is also on Max. Blue Beetle, I finally got a chance to watch Blue Beetle.
I'm
um
gonna watch that.
Man, great movie, great movie. To me, if you ask me, it's a it's a lot of progression. It's like a lot of quick progression in the movie, and they don't do a lot of um like they don't sit in a lot of stuff long enough for me. However, as they made, you know what I'm saying, as they made everything go on, I think they did a great job of it for what, you know what I'm saying, for the amount of time that they had allotted and to be able to put the story together. George Lopez steals the show. You know what I'm saying? He comes in, he does his thing. Hilarious. He does a great job adding comedy to it. The main character, I don't know his name, but he does a great job at playing Jaime Reyes. Um, and I gotta give them credit, man. That suit looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of times where you watch these superhero movies and they do a great job with looking like the actual character. This one, they did an amazing job actually making him look like the Blue Beetle. I think Susan Sarandon is in it. She like the bad guy, the main antagonist in it. So I thought that was dope. Um, but it's a great story. If you are a family person, this is a great family movie to watch with your kids, and you know what I'm saying, to sit back and kick it. It's action, comedy, some drama. You know what I'm saying. It's a sad moment in there. It's just all around a good movie. It's a great family movie for sure, but it's a good movie. So go check that out. Definitely. They both on Max. The first one is The Foot Fist Way, and then the second one is Blue Beetle.
Okay, ain't mad at those.
All right, man. So this next one, you know what I'm saying, that we got here is a feature presentation. You know what I'm saying? This is what we all here for. Um, this is a classic. Came out in 1994. Uh, now all-star cast. You got Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, Sally Field, man. Um, damn, what's his name, bro? Uh, why ain't they got him on here? That's weird. How they not have Bubba on here? Yo, let me tell you how crazy this is. This say, you know how usually like the top build cast on IMDb it'd be like 4 people,
Yeah.
bro. When I tell you that this this is going on forever, these people must have went out and did some amazing work because there's no what's the name. There it goes. McKelty Williamson, his name, Bubba. He played Bubba. Also played uh oh, what's his name? Uncle what was his name in ATL?
You talking about some Cuddy? I'm not the one
Yeah,
should be getting some Cuddy.
yeah, he played
Uh
ATL, bro.
oh man, what was his name in
It,
that?
it escaped me, bro.
Oh
Um,
man, it escaped me too.
but you talking about comedy, bro? That was hilarious. He did an amazing job in ATL. He also did an amazing job in this, man, Forrest Gump. So basically, this movie is about a kid who is born and raised in Alabama. Um, and he basically had, well, let me redo this because let me tell you what this movie is really about. This movie is really about a man sitting at a bus stop telling this lady a story about his life as they're waiting on the bus. That's what this movie is really about. And I'm glad I remembered to say this because none of this shit happened in real life, bro. in the Forrest Gump universe. None of this happened in real life. This nigga was at the bus stop. All this shit happened, and this nigga was at the bus stop. None of this makes sense.
Okay, I see the
So
angle you're going today.
this movie is about a dude at a bus stop talking to somebody else at a bus stop about his life up until that point. Now, where do you
Okay.
want to begin with this?
All right. So, well,
Because
let me give my observation. Let me give mine because we usually don't do this.
yeah, do
But
your
like for me, it's like this movie to me is about a kid who what I'm saying grew up unlucky, had to wear these braces on his leg. What I'm saying speech was messed up. Mom Dukes had to basically have sex with a principal to get her son into a school, which was wow. I forgot all
which
about
is a
that part.
hilarious point in the movie,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I don't know how I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? When he started doing the sounds back at old
Yeah.
dude. And so what they're showing you is, to me, this movie is showing you like a boy who we would say is mentally challenged,
Right.
but he goes on to be involved and have the most extravagant life. This
Yeah.
person that we thought was going to be grow up to do nothing and be nothing,
hmm
turned out being in all the major or being around all the major events
In history.
in the history. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So what they did is like, to me, what this movie is the Dasaki commercials. You know what I'm saying? The most
Mhm.
interesting man in the world commercials.
Yeah.
Like Forrest Gump was that first before they came up with this whole Dasaki commercial. Like that's how I see this movie. And it's like, how can this dude, this one kid who everybody was like, he's slow, he's not gonna be amount to nothing, but he done and been around the most extravagant things that ever happened. That's what I see in this movie. But I see what you're meaning. Even though he told it to more than one woman. He told it to the black lady,
Mm-hmm.
the white lady, and the one white man. So he
Yeah,
actually
right.
told three
He was
different
telling this
people.
story at the bus stop then.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Now this is how I really view this movie after rewatching this. I really view this movie as him recounting the major moments in his life,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't think that he was a part of any of those things that he was saying. I think that he was in front of the TV, and because he's seen these things in TV. Because remember, at the time, because this is from what, the 50s to the 70s. So at this time, like, the TV is major when all of
Mm-hmm.
these things are happening, especially the events that he's talking about. All of this shit is major, right? And by the time he becomes of age to be able to do things, the TV is a brand new thing. It's a huge part of everybody's lives, and this is something that people was constantly doing, right? So to me, when he's telling this story to these people, and he's bringing up all of these things that he's been a part of, I think that because he's seen them on TV, it's easier for him to imagine himself being there, because at the time, since the TV is so new, it felt like you were there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I got two rebuttals.
Okay.
So the first rebuttal is they never show Forrest as a kid watching the TV. So I don't get how that's a thing.
Go
But
ahead.
number two, so okay, so what you're saying is you don't think that any of the stuff actually happened, that he just
I don't think he
saw it
was
on TV.
involved in none of this.
Okay,
The only thing I do think he was possibly involved in is the war.
so what about this part? When he was sitting there talking to the white lady
hmm
and told him that he's the owner, and because the guy didn't believe him. He was
hmm
like, I'm the owner of Bubba Gump Shrimp,
Yeah.
and I'm a, millionaire and all this type of shit. And the guy was like, "You are?" He was like, "Yeah, right." Blah blah blah. He laughed it off. So he walks off, and then he's asked the lady, it says something, and then he goes in his back and he pulls it out the magazine that shows him and Lieutenant Dan on the cover. So
hmm
that ain't real.
Now this is what I'm saying. I do believe he went to the military. I do believe he met Bubba, and I do believe that he ended up with the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. That I do believe. All of that other shit that like these, bruh, this nigga won a national championship with Alabama. This nigga was there when Kennedy got shot. This nigga got a medal from somebody, which probably did happen because of the war part, right? Didn't this nigga have something to do with like the space shuttle launch or some shit like that?
No, yo, my guy, no, the all time, and this is the one. I don't know how I forgot about this shit. My man, so he got invited back to the White House, right?
Yeah, this nigga been to the White House
like the second time he went to the White House.
Mhm.
He just happened to be in the Watergate Motel and make a phone call and say, "Yo,
that's what I'm saying." Okay, so then don't forget, right? Also, him and his mom living out in the middle of no fucking where in the bayous of Alabama. And it just so happened that they get somebody to randomly come live with them and boarding for a little bit. And this nigga just so happened to be Elvis Presley, and he learned the little dance from him. Come on,
no, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about this. I think I get what they was trying to do, and it's entertaining to watch. And actually, to be in a writing room and be like, yo, so I want to make a movie. Oh yeah, what you want to make a movie about? So I want to make a movie about a kid that grows up to be a man, but he just happens like everybody say he ain't gonna be shit.
To be in the most successful moments in history.
Yeah, everything you can think of. You know what I'm saying? Watergate. He went to Vietnam. He gets a gold medal. He gets shot in the ass. He learns how to play ping pong. Learn how to play ping. Yeah.
Bro, do you think nobody's going to remember this nigga playing Olympic ping pong, bro? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I yes and no, because I mean, if you're talking about the 60s and 70s, like are motherfuckers really paying attention to the ping pong shit?
Absolutely, it's the Olympics. You got to remember.
I mean, it's the Olympics, but
in the 60s and 70s, it's war going on and shit. This is when like nations is at their most prideful moments. And when the Olympics come on, nigga, John Carlos and Tommy Smith holding up the fist, like, bro, it's so much shit going on during the Olympics. Like, and then that's why I keep bringing up TV. That's why I mentioned TV, because of the fact that at that time, bro, you got to remember when the space shuttle launched, everybody was in front of TV. When Kennedy gets killed, everybody's in front of the TV. Martin Luther King gets killed, everybody's in front of the TV. The news it's only 3 channels. It ain't like how TV is now, where it's other shit to watch. And then you also got to remember that motherfucker was going off at a certain time too. It didn't stay on all night like it do now. So everybody's watching TV, bro. Everybody. Like, I think I don't know if I don't even remember if this was in the movie or if this was like a director's cut shit. But this nigga met Johnny Carson.
Yeah, he was on the show. He was on the show. It was Johnny Carson and the Beatles.
Nick,
John Lennon.
do you think nobody's going to remember this nigga on Johnny Carson between the 50s and the 70s, bro?
Man,
Carson
that's the whole
air till what? The fucking late 80s, maybe? Or the early 80s?
Listen. This dude was on he was on every magazine cover for running across the United States like 3 times. Yeah. So and not only that, he ended up making millionaires to other people. Like the whole smiley face shit, like he was running and fucking mud came up on him, and then he wiped his face and it happened to be a perfect smiley face. And he turned that dude into a millionaire.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's stuff
And
like that. Like just random events in history that just so happened to be the most successful, prominent moments in history. He was just happening to be a part of all of them. Moments, right, that could possibly have been on TV. Most of these moments were on TV, bro.
I hear what you're saying. The only that's a smart observation because I never thought of that before. I guess the reason why I never really thought of it is because they showed us images of him being on TV, but they never actually show him watching TV
And
as a
and
young adult.
and who would want to be on TV more than a young child that has always watched television?
We don't know if he watched television.
I'm not now, mind you, you're right. This is a theory. This is just a theory for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As I'm watching this, I'm in my head, I'm like, bro, there's no way he just so happened to be in the right spot at the right time in all of these moments. There's no way.
Dude, let me tell you how he got scouted. Everybody done seen this movie, but
Yeah,
this is how he got scouted by Bear Bryant. My man is running from the dudes who threw rocks at him as a kid.
come on,
You know what I'm saying? Now they throwing rocks at him and chasing him in a truck, which
come
I
on.
don't know how he kept getting away from the truck. Then happened to run to a football field and run past everybody on the football field when Bear Bryant was watching high school kids play, trying to recruit, and see this one kid that just happened to run past everybody and was like, yo, I want to recruit that kid. And he puts him
And
on the damn team.
and
But
we both love football. So think about the time Bear Bryant was, coaching. Okay, it wasn't that many black players on the field. First and
I'm glad
foremost.
you brought that up because I got something to say on that.
Okay, so it wasn't that many black players on the field. You mean to tell me, and I don't care how this sounds to anybody, okay? I just want to let y'all know this before I say this. But a white man is running so fast. He's running that fast. And Bear Bryant is impressed with how fast this white man is running. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Forrest Gump was that fast. I think he was probably the fastest white man at the time. And there was no way he was outrunning that fucking truck. Well, I take that back. He possibly could have outran that truck. Because in the 40s and 50s, the speed limit was probably, I don't know, 20 in most cities. So that truck probably only was going like 50. But ain't no way he was outrunning a 50-mile-an-hour truck going top speed, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Now, I've never been
On a gravel road.
huge,
Don't forget, he was on a gravel road.
yes, I've never been a huge Bear Bryant fan, which I mean, I have nothing against the guy. It's just like, all right, they say he was great, whatever.
Well, I mean,
But
pending the circumstances.
I watched this one ESPN special joint they put on, and they was talking about Bear Bryant. And this is when I was like, man, you know what? This made me like Bear Bryant a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point in the 60s, because a lot of people know SEC country, you was allowed maybe one, possibly two black people on the team.
Right.
Right?
And you was only allowed one in basketball.
Yeah. So Bear Bryant started to notice, like, hey, these black dudes are right. But he knew, well, I'm in Alabama, they ain't gonna let me, because Bear Bryant wanted to win. You know what I mean? So he came up with a brilliant idea. And I didn't know this until I watched this special ESPN. So he put USC on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew USC had 3 running backs, 3 black dudes,
Mm-hmm.
all Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went out there and got boat raced, right? And so after the game, he's laughing. They was like, we never seen him laugh after a loss. But he had a point. And then I was like, you know what? I might like Bear Bryant a little bit. he did that to prove a point to people back in Alabama is that I need black players on my team. And the only way to get y'all to understand that I need black players on my team is I'm gonna take my team out to California and we're gonna get boat raced by these black dudes, and then now y'all gonna be okay when I start recruiting, because he started recruiting black players after getting his they boot smoked by USC.
Could this be a possibility that the person that Forrest Gump was supposedly portraying could have the first black running back at Alabama? I'm just saying.
Hey, boy, you stupid fuck.
You mean to tell me, bro? You mean to tell me in Alabama, in 1950s Alabama, that these young white kids are in a truck, pickup truck, chasing down a young mentally challenged white kid instead of harassing random black kids? In 1950s Alabama? That's hard to believe, bro.
I think I would say that it's possible for the simple fact of I think when people don't understand certain stuff, I think the reason they fought with Forrest is because they didn't understand why he was the way he was. So when something's different, they don't like different. So I think that it could have been a possibility.
Remember what we're talking about. We're talking about 1950s Alabama, where you could be a possum and you was better than a nigga. I don't think they care too much about Forrest's mental capabilities over going to harass some niggas. That's hard to believe for me. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, look, they was picking on him when he had the braces on his legs.
We just seen what happened in Alabama a couple months ago at the riverboat. So, you mean to tell me that in 1950s, when this shit was legal, when this shit was the move, like niggas used to get dressed up to get drunk to go fight niggas and jump niggas, and they fucking with Forrest? No, man, no. Now, don't get me wrong. Did they throw rocks at him? Possibly, because as a kid, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at that in the movie. I thought that shit was hilarious when they was throwing rocks at this nigga and he was just standing there getting hit by the rocks. I'm like, fam, you got to move. You gotta move. But as an adult, knowing history, I'm like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that this is the guy that. After a while, they're gonna stop that truck. If you can't catch him in the truck, you just can't catch him. You know what I'm saying? I could see when they couldn't catch him on the bikes. Gravel road, it makes sense. You in the truck, you can't catch this man? Come on, bro. Let it go. Real quick.
I mean, this is
question I gotta ask you. So, what I thought was interesting about this whole thing too was Jenny.
Fuck Jenny.
Now, I want to agree with you, but I can't, and I'll tell you why. And I knew this was gonna be your stance, so I'm so excited about this. Okay, so remember when he introduced Jenny into the story, right? He started talking about Jenny, and he was talking about how Jenny was his best friend, and you know what I'm saying, they cared about each other and all that other stuff. But do you remember what was happening to Jenny?
Jenny was getting sexually abused by her father.
So she was getting beat and abused by her pops. So
sexually abused too by her father.
Yeah, right. I think because of Jenny's trauma, you know what I'm saying, and no therapy during that time, she was going through a lot of shit. I think people give Jenny way too much flack. Way too much flack. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, she had to deal with this shit as a child. And not just her, she had sisters and shit too. As she got older, we never seen none of Jenny's sisters.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We never seen Jenny's family. We seen her dad a little bit, but he's a piece of shit. So let's leave him out of this. But we never really seen Jenny's family, you know what I'm saying, be there for her. So Jenny was kind of a fucking loner. She was on her own. She was making the best of what she could make with what she knew. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't the brightest either. You know what I'm saying? She was at a bar playing naked with an acoustic guitar, barely making any money. First and foremost, you already know she ain't that bright. Cause it ain't shit to just move the guitar out the way and let them throw more money for you. I mean, come on now, what are we talking about? And we talking what this was like. I think that was the 60s.
Late 60s, yeah.
Yeah, free love and all that shit. So being naked wasn't even an issue at this time. Okay, so she wasn't that bright either. So this is what I'm saying, man. I think we give her way too much flack. Cause I was one of them people that was on that boat too. I'm like, bro, Jenny ain't shit. She a piece of shit. How could she do for us like this? Rewatching this, knowing what she went through, I really don't. I'm not that mad at her anymore. Because how was she supposed to navigate through life without any guidance? Like, I think did her mom die or something like
I
that?
think her mom died,
Yeah,
and
like
I
she didn't
think
have
that's
no
when he
guidance in
started.
life.
Yeah, I
You know what
think
I'm saying?
that's when
Mr.
he
Trump wasn't
started.
there for her.
Yeah, I think that's when he started like sexually abusing the girls when the mother died.
Exactly.
But no, look, and you're completely right. I hear what
Mhm.
you're saying. My whole thing against Jenny was, first of all, let me say this. I am, huge into, what I'm saying, the mental part of things,
Right.
and her having to deal with that as a child and not really knowing how to deal with the love that and the attention that what I'm saying, that Forrest was giving her.
Right.
And so with all of that being said, like, it's Jenny did go through a very traumatic thing, and
Yeah.
I hope the best for anybody who's ever gone through that, and to put that in the movie, because like also what it also shows you about Forrest is it's saying that, yo, this dude has been through almost every event in history that's memorable. Even the whole fact that he ended up being at the school where they integrated the school in Alabama, and the black people are walking in, the black girl drop a book, and then Forrest go around to pick up the book and hand her the book. Like, Forrest just happened to be everywhere.
Another event
But
that could possibly be shown on TV. Just saying, man. I'm
but
just
I hear you. I hear you. And but one thing he can't get right is a girl in love, right? He's
right.
able to get countless medals, run across the world,
And niggas
all
in
of
the
this
movie.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Something bit him in his ass. Everything. But he can't, like, that's the one thing he can't,
Nah, he got
grasp
shot
is
in the
Jimmy.
ass.
I know, man. That's the whole bit, man. He's the owl, something bit me. You know what I mean? He got shot in the ass.
Oh
He
yeah.
thought something bit him. But so what I'm saying is he has like the most extravagant fucking life, but that's the one thing he can't grasp is that one person that he loves more than anybody other than his mom, right?
Right.
Now, my whole thing with Jenny is the fact of like Forrest was the one person that never judged her, never did anything but show love and like tender care, all that type of shit. Tender
Right.
love and care to her. And like he was the one person that if anybody in this world that she could trust, it was him.
Right.
And because of the traumatic thing that she went through, she kept dealing with men that was just like her father, which we see a lot of that happening anytime, not anytime, in some cases, slash most cases, girls who
Mhm.
have father issues usually deal with bad
Yeah.
men and
Just
all
like their
types of
feet.
stuff like that. It's like a phase that they have to go through. In some cases, not all cases, but some cases. But it just, to me, watching it, it was just like this was the person that was perfect for you, right? So then you give a man a shot. See, this is what pissed me off. This is why I'm like, fuck Jenny. It's not all of the stuff that was before this point. This is the point where I was like, fuck this hoe. I got to that point when she came to Forrest after
Yeah.
Forrest's mom died, and he's living at home and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so she comes and she stays there for I don't know how long, a couple of months, a year, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then she finally give my man. Now he did one time. She let him feel the titty, and my man busted his nut. That's a whole nother story. But
Understand.
Yeah, very understandable. Forrest, you know,
It's between the 50s and the 70s in Alabama in the South. Sexually repressed, very sexually repressed people.
yeah. So he knows absolutely nothing about any of this shit. He sees some titties, he touch it, boom. You know what I'm saying? Busting that. But anyway, so
Understand?
fast forward. So now he finally getting some, she finally give him the skins. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then you dip out the next morning when he sleep. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't see what the complaint is.
The complaint is should stay with that man. You know what I'm saying? You broke his heart again. You know
Wait,
what I mean? And I'm like, fuck this hoe.
he got some ass and a dependent left. What is the problem? This is
The
every man's
problem,
dream. This is every man's dream to have a woman come give you something and then leave.
well, I'm gonna tell you why it ain't every man's dream. Because
I know
what
that's why
ended
it's
up happening,
but it worked for the show. I'm sorry.
well, what ended up happening is
Mm-hmm.
she sends him a letter
Yep.
years later
Mm-hmm.
after he run, because that's when he runs because he's so fucked up because she left, and he runs for like fucking 3 years or some shit. So, so after he run and all this shit, he gets a letter from her. That's why he's sitting on the bench in the whole place.
Right.
The whole reason he was sitting on the bench, he was going to go see Jenny because Jenny sent him a letter.
Right.
Come to find out, she's 5 blocks down the damn street that he was sitting at the
The
damn
whole
bus
time.
stop at for hours.
The whole time.
So then he goes down there, sees Jenny, and so then babysitter comes, drop off this kid.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, you a mother, all this little shit. So then she's like, yeah. And she's like, so she's like, his name is Forrest. Huh, Forrest like me. And then she said, he's his father, or you're his father. And she's like, no, he's named after his father. You're like, you know another guy named Forrest?
And this the nigga that just so happened to be in all the major events in history. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, he said, he's like, you know another guy named Forrest? And she was like, Forrest, you're his father. So then we find out the whole reason why this hoe said, well, finally told him that he had a child. And now you want to be together. But you only want to be with me now because you got AIDS. Come on, man.
That's
Come on. Yes. That's why I was like, yo,
when you
fuck
put
this
it like
bitch,
that,
man.
when you put it like that, it is fucked up.
Come on, man.
But man, listen.
And then he took care of her until she died. Come on, man.
I tried to fight for her. I really did.
Hey, it's hard. It's hard. I know. I heard you.
It's not funny. None of this shit is funny, but it's crazy because the way you put it, bro, I had to jump back on your side. I had to jump back on your side because I was like, God damn, man, she really did this nigga wrong. But no, man. I feel you, bro. You're right. But I'm saying, like, imagine if she came from a loving family, what she could have, what possibly could have been of her. You feel me? Like, so she was dealing with life the best way she knew how. And I think for the most part, I think that she left Forrest because of the way that her life was going. And I think that what she was trying to do was protect Forrest from the shit that she was, you know what I'm saying, from who she was personally. And yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying, she had a kid with him and everything else, but if you got to think about it like that, right? Think about this. Do you really want this man who is telling all of these stories, these fabricated stories about his life? Talk about he was, you know what I'm saying, this nigga met Nixon and you know what I'm saying, and then he met fucking
Johnson. He met
presidents.
JFK, Nixon, and Lyndon B. Johnson. He met all three of them.
He met all of these presidents. This nigga was the star running back at Alabama.
No, he only did kickoff return.
Man, whatever he did, nigga was a star. That nigga took that motherfucker back. That nigga was a star at Alabama. You know how Alabama is. If you score a touchdown in Alabama, you just a star. Then this nigga was, you know what I'm saying? This nigga was on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and John fucking Lennon. You know what I'm saying? This nigga fought in a war and carried a nigga all the way back from war while bombs is going off and shells is
Not
flying.
one, like 5.
Come on, man. And you mean to tell me all of it, he telling all of these stories, and she ain't looking at this nigga like this motherfucker is cuckoo. The war has fucked him up. That could possibly be another thing too. Now that I think about it, what if he was so traumatized from the war, all of these events, because he's watched them over the years, he's just envisioning himself there, and he's making this shit up because of from the war.
I think that's the whole purpose of the movie is what you're doing right now. I
To make
think that to look at a person like Forrest and being the type person that he is, that's mentally challenged, grew up the
No,
way
yeah,
that he grew
okay, I
up.
see what you saying. I'm not saying it because of him being mentally challenged. I'm just saying, what is the fucking probability that somebody would be in all of these fucking events in history? That's
That's the whole point.
It's
That's the
improbable.
whole point. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think the movie's supposed to be that way. Then
Okay.
let's not forget, he was failing at the shrimping business. He didn't do good until the fucking hurricane came and all
Absolutely.
the other boats got washed out,
Except for him.
except for his.
Come on, man.
Like that's the whole point of the movie. The whole point of the movie is to be like, this dude is involved in every extravagant thing that can happen. Dude, he's the opposite of what Benjamin Button is. The Curious Page of Benjamin Button is the same shit, basically.
Yeah, but nah, this nigga is more like Bagger Vance.
That too.
This nigga is the
Like those.
Nigga got the luck of the gods, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the whole point of the movie. I think that it's just to say, like, yo, everybody's gonna say, yo, there's no way.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
this is impossible.
Just like when dude was like, nah, that's not the CEO of Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of it. And then let's not forget, he went to his mailbox and said, yo, I think it was Lieutenant Dan's idea. I think he was like, got him involved in this fruit company that just so happened to be Apple. And now he ain't never got to work a day in his life. cutting grass at the high school for free because he just enjoyed doing it on a snapper.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? I think that's the whole point of the movie. It's to say there's no fucking way you did all this shit.
Right. Yeah.
So
it might be.
yeah,
It might be.
but yeah, I felt, and I'm with you on the gender. That's why I said everything before she started living with him. And I will say that you are right about what you said. That's what I was going to get on before you had started on the second point, is the fact of when he asked to marry her, and she said, you don't want to marry me.
Right.
And he was like, something about, I love you. And she was like, you don't know what love is. And I'm sitting there like, that pissed me off. Because I'm like, wait a minute. If anybody don't know what love is you. For number one.
Nah, I think she knows exactly what love is. No. And I'll tell you why. Because she's never had it. So it would have to be the total opposite of everything she's ever experienced. So she probably knows exactly what love is. And knowing the shit that she's been through, she probably, and this is why I said, like, you really can't be mad at her, because she probably loves Forrest so much that she couldn't bear to drag him into that.
And I hear what you're saying, because I think that she knew she was out here, you know what I'm saying, throwing a box at everybody for money and all this type of stuff. I think she knew about all the things that she did, and she was like, yo. But also, I think Jenny didn't see, well, obviously, she didn't see what Forrest saw when she looked in the mirror.
Well, you know she obviously didn't know shit about
because Forrest looked at her as a goddess. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, Forrest was willing to do anything for her. And for her to tell him, now I get what you're saying. That's a different type of love, though. I don't think people
Mhm.
understand there's different types of love.
Absolutely.
Like the way that Forrest loved her, he was willing to do anything for her. And the way that she loved him, she was willing to pull herself from that situation because she knew that he
Yeah.
deserved better.
Right.
So I understand that. It's just the fact of like with him, you know, the whole thing of like when I would tell you like, yo, like the German chick, while I was like,
Mhm.
yo, if she was acting the way she was acting before I got the box,
Yeah.
it was gonna be worse when I got the box.
Absolutely.
So I said I will pass. She didn't pass. She gave him the box, and it made him run for 3 years.
Well, that
Come
it
on,
don't really work. It don't really work
okay,
like that for dudes. Now, some
but
dudes, yes, it does. Some dudes, yes, it does. But it don't really work like that for dudes. And the reason I say that is because with women, the emotions play into it, right?
yeah,
They say women are emotional, men are logical. For ugh, for him, I'm sorry, I just seen the commercial with that school up north. Um, but for him, I think him running, right, was because he felt like he didn't have anything else. And he was always, and I think that was symbolic of him, like even us seeing it in the beginning, right? Anytime danger would happen, he would run. Or anytime something would hurt him, he would run. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And at first, that was something that she told him to do.
hmm
Remember, that's what she told him to
yeah,
run. She the one who
yeah, the
started.
whole run,
Run,
Forrest, run,
Forrest,
yeah,
run. Exactly. So when he's hurt, what does he do? He runs. When he was running from them dudes and ended up at Alabama, he was running to save the people that he didn't want to die, so he wouldn't be hurt. What did he do? He ran. He grabbed them and ran and saved their life. Everything about him when it comes to pain is that's what he correlates and he starts to run. So in that moment, because he was hurt so bad of her leaving him and losing her again or losing her for the first time for real, even though he's lost her multiple times, but this one is really a loss because they was together. He had her, you know what I'm saying, in his life, and now she's gone. The only thing he could do is run. That's the only thing he knows what to, you know what I'm saying. That's how he deals with situations. Is he runs, and I think that's what the running thing was symbolic of, not just the you know what I'm saying, not the fact that he didn't you know what I'm saying, like he was hurt by it. It was just the fact of he felt pain. So because he felt pain and this is something he's been doing all his life, that's his defense mechanism. I'm just gonna run. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
I
and
think
you're right.
that's really what that is.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm like my whole thing with Jenny is like I know the life that she was living, she knew that in her mind she felt that he deserved someone better. So she was just
Absolutely.
like, you know, you kind of need to get over me. But she had to know at this point, at the ages that they were, that he was never gonna get over her. And what made me mad
I don't
was,
think she I don't think she I think well, you know what? You are right. I do think that though. But I think that's the reason for her always trying to distance herself too, though.
yeah. And like I say, up until that point, because of the trauma she went through, I was like, all right, I get it. I get why she's doing all of the wild things that she's doing.
Yeah.
But to wait and sit now, what we don't know is because Forrest ran for 3 years or 4 years, whatever it was, I don't know how soon she sent the letter or he got it because he was
Fact.
out running.
Fact.
So we don't know if she found out she was pregnant and sent the letter then, or she personally, I think she didn't send the letter till she found out she was sick.
I
I'm
I
just trying
think
to
she sent
cut her
it
a little bail.
before that. And once again, she would have had to know this nigga was running every goddamn where because it was on TV and
It
in
was on
magazines.
TV.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. So it wasn't like she ain't know. This is my thing. It's it almost seemed as if she was oblivious to Forrest's life, right? Like
hmm
everything that was happening, she was so oblivious to what the fuck was going on in this nigga life. But to me, it don't make sense as to how that is possible because of all of these major events that this nigga is in, right? And this is
On
some shit
TV.
It's everywhere. So like either she's just literally not paying this shit no attention blatantly, or she ain't got no fucking TV or ain't got no
I
newspapers
think
or
I
magazines and
think
shit.
it's I think it's that. Cause look at like when they show her, you know what I'm saying, when she was shooting up and shit. Like
Mhm.
Jenny, I think she spent a lot of time on the streets and a lot of time high. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
nigga,
think,
they had TV stores. Like nigga, you could walk past a store and it'd be
yeah,
a stack
TVs in the display, yeah.
on, man.
But yeah, look, I get it. It's me personally. I just feel like I appreciate her letting him be a father to his child
Right.
at when she found out she got AIDS and shit.
Hmm.
But also marries him when that's all he's ever wanted, like throughout his whole life, was to marry her. But
Hmm.
it really makes me mad because like that's like the lover part of me was like, oh, so you want to marry him when you need someone to care for you because you're dying of AIDS. So
Well,
now he gets this version of you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I
I
think that
don't,
that's fucked up.
I don't know if you know what I'm saying for sure. That's what they wanted to portray when they was writing that, and maybe it was.
I'm
For
gonna tell you
me,
why.
okay,
I'm
but
gonna
to
tell you
me, I
why.
looked at it. Go ahead, go ahead.
His mom died of what? They said it.
I don't remember.
She died of cancer.
Okay,
And they said she died of cancer.
right.
Why Jenny just say she's sick? Remember, it's the 80s.
Mm,
Because Jenny died in 89.
right.
That's what the tombstone said.
Yeah.
So they was quick to say that his mom died. He said that when he was telling the story, he said the cancer got her.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Jenny, they just say
She,
sick.
you might you onto something,
And then they
but
show her shooting up, and then we know she was out here
no,
having unprotected sex.
oh, of course, yeah. But
And she
okay,
died
so
in the 80s? Okay.
but this, so you definitely own it. You definitely hitting the nail on the head right now. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying though is I don't think that because she was sick, she was giving Forrest a chance. I think that, and this is why I say this, because we talked about the letter. I think that once she found out, I don't think she immediately sent the letter, but I think she eventually sent that letter within a certain time frame. And there's no way it could have been after the fact that he was running, right? I think that it was during the fact that he was running, early on in the whole running process.
Hmm.
And then when he finally got the letter and they meet up and everything else, if you notice, like it ain't a it ain't like a weird connection or nothing like that. It's, you know what I'm saying, this is what she's been waiting for. I feel like once she figured out that this was Forrest's son, it was like, yeah, this is meant to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? And on top of the fact of she didn't have the family structure that she wanted to have. So in order to provide that for her son, the proper thing to do would be to, you know what I'm saying, be with his dad. And I think
Hmm.
that's really what she was trying to do, because I think a lot of the shit that we see Jenny do is really just trauma responses. You know what I'm saying? Her dealing with the men that she's dealt with is because of her dad. Her doing drugs is probably more than likely because of the men that she's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Everything is that she's doing in her life is, it seems as if it's a trauma response. So I think that because of that, her whole thing is, now that she's older, now that she finally settled down and done got away from most of the shit she probably done did in her life, this is the perfect time to raise my child. You know what I'm saying? I know that this is a man who's gonna be there. This is his child. So you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure he know who his dad is and so on and so forth. And I think that's more so what it's like outside of the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sick. Let me find somebody to take care of me thing.
I get that. But at the same time, it's like to say now it makes sense. She's older. Maybe she's making better decisions. It's like, all right, do it that way. Me
Hmm.
personally, I think she got those results. Said, look, I need to tell this boy who his father is. Show this boy, well,
Absolutely.
get him with his father because I'm gonna die soon.
And that's still a trauma response though.
I mean, it is a trauma response,
You know what I'm saying?
but my thing is, if she never gets AIDS, do she ever tell Forrest?
Well, I mean, she wrote the letter, so probably yeah.
I mean, that's what. But it to me, it determines on why. I personally think, like, I mean, look, I'm not saying either one of us wrong. I mean, we
Right.
didn't do like research on the movie.
Of course,
I
yeah.
don't know if she never gets diagnosed with AIDS, she tells
You know,
Forrest.
yeah. But see, I think that once she finds out she's pregnant, that she tells Forrest because of, you know what I'm saying, everything in her past. As far as her, you know what I'm saying, her family goes. I think that she wants that for her son. I mean, of course, all parents want that for their kids, but I think that she wants that for her son to be around somebody who can properly love him and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that because she never had it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I think, I think that we both could be right because there is really no explanation about any of this shit unless they come out with a Forrest Gump documentary, which I think would
Which
be
they,
fine anyway.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's some because this movie's so big and
Yeah,
won so many
yeah,
awards. I think that
yeah,
there was some. I'm pretty sure there are some notes that we could have whenever, but that's just not how we wrote.
right.
But there could be some stuff with the person who wrote the script and be like, yeah, well, this
Yeah,
actually means this. This happened
absolutely.
because of actually this. This is what I meant when I said this and did this. So I'm pretty sure there's something out there that says that.
Right.
But I mean, I don't think, like I said, you got some great points. I feel like I got some great points. We kind of met somewhere in the middle. I think that, like, okay, if I'm being honest, I was really being funny for the pod. I don't think Jenny was a terrible person. I think she lived through some very terrible circumstances, and it just happened to be this one guy that no matter what she went through, he
Hmm.
loved her for her.
Absolutely.
The only thing that upsetted me about her was the version that he got when he finally got to marry her. That's what
Is
disappointed
yeah,
me because
he didn't deserve it.
yeah,
Physically,
exactly. He didn't
he
deserve to
deserved
get
to
that version of her where he had to take care of her until she died.
right.
Like
He
that
deserved
was
to
my
save
whole
her.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's the
agree.
only
I
thing I
definitely
meant.
agree with that. I definitely agree with that, especially with the way that he was. You know what I'm saying? Like with everything that he was doing for her and the way that he loved her, he definitely deserved better for sure. There's no argument there.
Yeah. That's my only part about Jenny.
Yeah.
But shout out to the actress that played her though, because I
Uh,
mean, for her to make me
with
not like her, she
Robin.
Robin Wright.
Yep. You know,
Yeah,
she's she plays in Wonder Woman.
dang, that is her. She's her
Yeah.
mother,
No, I
or she
don't
one of the
think it's
aunts.
her mom. I don't think it's her mom. I think it's her aunt. I think it's her aunt.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
one of
remember
them.
now.
You might be right though. It's one of them for sure.
Okay, that's
But
what's
yeah,
up.
she
That's
played
what's
in
up.
Wonder Woman, man. I thought that was dope. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into the Fire Flames. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right. So what you giving this, man?
All right, man. For what this movie is, look. First of all, Tom Hanks is one of the goats, man. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? This is one of those roles where there aren't many out there, but he's one of them roles where I honestly feel nobody else could have played Forrest Gump but Tom Hanks.
Right.
He completely murdered that shit. So I want to get that out there. Um, but with that being said, like, but the rest of the cast was good though. The rest of the cast was good. I think the writing of the script is good, and I think for what I believe the purpose of what the movie is, I think they did a phenomenal job with it, and I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Um, I just think that this movie, there aren't a lot of movies that win a lot of awards that me personally I feel deserving, but this is one of those ones where I feel that it was deserving
Right.
because I think the job that Tom Hanks did, like that's what makes the movie. That all that stuff I said is good. Like the writing was good, the script, all that stuff was good,
Mm-hmm.
but the way that he performed that shit took that shit to the next level.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm giving this movie a 4.5.
All right, man. So excuse me. So I I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't give this movie anything less than a 5.
Okay.
Um, I think this is first and foremost. I know this is a classic movie.
Hmm.
Um, Tom Hanks did a phenomenal job in this movie. Um, and for them to come up with this concept of this man who goes on to be a part of, in one way or another, so many different major and key moments in history, and not really understand the significance of them, right? He didn't really understand the significance and the weight of all of these moments that he's been a part of. So much so that when he's telling people this story, they looking at him like, nigga, you met John Lennon, you was on Carson, like nigga, you was in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds so absurd. But like we said earlier, or like you said earlier, I'm sorry, because it's like, wait a minute, bro. Who are you first and foremost? You know what I'm saying? And nigga, you did all this shit in your life, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you got to show? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude didn't even think this nigga was the CEO of the shrimp company. Um, so for them to be able to create that and then portray that on film, even watching this as an adult, and I've seen this I don't know how many times. Even I was like I said, as I said on here, I'm even sitting there like, man, ain't no way this nigga been a part of all this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just like
Hmm.
you know, I done came up with a whole theory about how he couldn't have been a part of all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I think, like you said, that's the whole purpose of the film. But I think that's what makes this film so great is the fact that you can go and watch this film, and you can then go back and rewatch it and have a totally different view of everything you've seen the first time. Then you can go back and rewatch it and you can have a totally different view of it, you know what I'm saying, the third time.
Hmm.
And I think that when you get a writing room like that to be able to come up with, you know what I'm saying, something like this, nothing, you know what I'm saying, nothing but greatness comes from that. And I mean, it's literally stood the test of time. There's not a person that I know that doesn't like the Forrest Gump movie. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those films that definitely is A1 to everybody. So yeah, I'm giving it a 5.
Okay. I hear
All
that
right.
one.
So, let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's get into coming soon.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, so this next episode we got for you guys is an appreciation episode. We are showing love and giving flowers to none other than the one and only Bokeem Woodbine. Um, you may know him from movies as Dead Presidents. Um, what else is he?
Everything,
What
man.
haven't he
Jason's
been
lyric. I know that's the thing.
in?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm trying to
Jason's
think of like
lyric.
prominent ones.
Well, he had a huge role. I think that's probably the one we had like the most airtime was
Hmm.
Jason's lyric. Jason's
Yeah.
lyric and Jason's lyric and Dead Presidents.
Hmm.
Devil. He had a good bit of time in Devil.
Yep.
Um, but unfortunately, a lot of the other ones he's just had memorable moments. But he's
Right.
been in
He's
so
got them all
many
over
big
for sure.
movies.
Yeah.
Like his when we get there, his IMDb is crazy.
Yeah. And
But like I'm
to
just
have a
trying to think
catalog
of
like that,
movies where
wow.
you know what I'm saying where he had like at least 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Because that's the issue with him, and I think that's why a lot of people don't know like his name and who he
Right.
is because yeah, you see him, but he don't have a lot of airtime. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are three movies that I could think of off the top of head where he had a good bit of airtime in those
I
three
remember
movies.
I remember Dave Chappelle made a joke and he was talking about Bokeem Woodbine and he said somebody called him the evil Dave Chappelle.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I was
That
like,
is
that was a pretty
hilarious.
good one. That was a pretty good one. But yeah, man, we gonna bring you some great entertainment, man. We gonna catch you up on Bokeem Woodbine and his greatness. You guys stay tuned, get ready. Um and man, can't wait to do that episode. Um, if you guys enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, or if you too think that there's no way Forrest Gump ran a 4.340 to join the Alabama Crimson Tide and be a kick returner as fast as he was, you hit us up and you tell us on Instagram and on X at View9Pod. You can tell us on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. You can also tell us on X in our community, Viewers Anonymous. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. It's only $2.99 a month. You get extra episodes on top of the ones that we already have available for free. Don't miss out, man. Do not miss out. And if you like to follow me personally, you can follow me on X at Scoots Bronson. I have a link tree in my bio, and you can follow me everywhere else there.
And y'all can follow me at s.foster8 on Instagram and X at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Follow the podcast on all major platforms, 28 minutes or less. Last episode is 139, which is done on Guy Fisher. So go check that out. And that's all I got.
Cool, man. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. There could be no you with there could be no us without you. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.